Hey guys, ExpBee here. Welcome to another video on the channel. We deep diving the valley. I'm trying to showcase a beginner's guide really. I've only got just under 60 hours in the game, so I wanted to show the routes that I take, the loot that we could pick up, where enemies are. Let's jump in. We'll have a bit of a walkthrough, and hopefully it will allow you to get onto the valley, do some ranked, get the rewards in, and turn you into a bit of a demon on the valley map. So if you like the content, make sure you drop a follow, hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. Helps me out to grow the channel as a new starter into the world, into the space of content creation. So see you in the next one. Take it easy. So this is the valley. As you can see, bigger map than probably what you're used to with the likes of Farm. So we're spawning in, and my initial first thoughts with this game is to try and locate spawn points, you know, see how close like enemy players spawn next to you really. Nothing worse than gearing up, spending all that money and getting one tapped right off the rip. So we're just pushing forward. We're not too focused on the loot early on. The way I always see it is try and get some engagements in, get the hands warm, clear out some enemy players. Gives you more of an open opportunity to focus on the likes of loot. You never know, you might be taking better gear off them rather than having a full backpack and playing Tetris, you know. So it's something that I take seriously, really. You know, I don't want to fill up too quickly. So yeah, we're just pushing forward now. Obviously, always scanning the horizon. And a key point with any FPS game, you've got to realise that, you know, you might come from the likes of Call of Duty, some more of, you know, the I would say user-friendly types of first-person shooters. You don't have that cursor in the middle of the screen, but the way you focus up is center play. So center of your screen is roughly where hipfire is going to happen, where you're going to ADS to. So always try and line up the enemy center screen. So always think angles that you're approaching. So I hear some movement here behind these trees, and I don't know what these two are doing, but we open fire, take the both out. To be quite honest, there's a lot of, I believe, early starters, or what I would call doing eco rounds. They're spawning in, very limited gear, but more movement. So I gauge the movement, push up the hill to enemies. Now you see here, this is where I pop to the head. I've done a video on my TikTok and Instagram and all the other socials where I always try and aim for, you know, center chest, pretty much just to the base of the neck, because then I allow the vertical recoil on the likes of the M4A1 to pop up and hit the headshot. You know, you can always try and aim for the head, but if you're aiming just top of the head, you begin engage with that automatic fire, you're going to have a few, well, quite a lot more shots miss. So always aim center mass. So here we are, just obviously doing a bit of admin, checking our magazines, restacking. Preparation is key, always focusing on the next engagement. So I'll pop a painkiller here before I move up to take a look at the bodies. Always think there is one more. It's a familiar saying when I used to play the likes of DayZ, there is always one more. So bit of movement around, I'm getting no shots put on me, so I feel safe, I feel like the area is clear. So at the moment, I'm being a collector. I'll go and collect the dog tags. You know, I like to keep the dog tags, I don't know why. Call it fetish if you may. But yeah, so looting this player, as you can see, very, very limited resources. You know, I understand that, you know, beginners, but the way that I always play extraction looter shooters, try and get over gear for as quick as possible. You are not going to learn by using just a pistol or just a knife and no armor, because your gunfights are going to last 1 second. You're going to die. You're going to hate your experience. So go in with a good gear set, take your time, get into engagements. That's the only way you're going to learn. in any PvP game, get into engagements. So we're moving here forward. I believe we have a few missions on the valley. So we go in and we're just examining the outpost. Simple task. Can't remember who it's by, but always good to get those missions done, gain more XP, rank up your levels, which opens up more buying power from the likes of the traders. So different bullets, different magazines, guns, so on and so forth. So we're moving up closer now, up towards this encampment. Same again, as you noticed, I'm not looting. You know, I'm not focused on looting as of yet. So hotspot to figure out on this map is the villa, where bosses spawn. It's a high PvP area. I would advise going in with an advanced gear set, so to speak. You know, half decent ammo, but as you can see here, I'm rocking M855. It's cheap enough to maintain, especially with the amount of times I use automatic weaponry. But so I'm walking through, and I always check the corners, check the angles. General scout here, which I heard him from that back point. I'm not too worried about the scavs in this game. I do think they could be done with turning up. Scavs aren't as punishing as the likes of Escape from Tarkov, but I like that element. I like punishing gameplay because it makes you get better. So see him in the distance. Every kill at the moment is counting towards my ranked XP, so do as much as you can. So here I use the sight to zoom in, and I'm looking above my holographic sight. I'm not looking through it. It just gives you that little bit of extra, well, zooming in really, makes the picture clearer so you can pinpoint enemies. So I take my time. I don't want to rush anything. I think rushing in this game, unless you are in a direct engagement, is a no-no. You know, take your time, pick your points, take your angles, always aim for that right peak shot. As you've seen on one of my other videos, left peeking it's just don't do it. You've exposed, I would probably say, about 40% of your body before you've even seen the target that you want to shoot at. So taking a quick look at the map, seeing if anything's going on, any of the missions that we need. It is a user-friendly game with the likes of the compass in the top, constant raid timer, which is always helpful. But I have turned the UI off mainly on this game. I don't like a lot of UI in games. I like to feel immersed and in the moment. So just pushing up this compound here, always checking left. There is lootable safes downstairs in that compound northwest. Same again. Can be quite a high PvP area, but I'm here to get kills, build my rank system up, for the season rewards, because you do have the ability to buy, you know, ammo, guns, lootable boxes from the store through ranked points. So like I say, they're always helping you out in trying to give you as much gear and as much money as possible. And you could be sitting on 3 million in this game. Trust me, it is not enough. When you're talking close to 50,000 just for a med kit, it goes quite quickly. So yet again, preparation, popping the painkillers before I move into another area that I haven't cleared. Yes, I haven't heard any shots. That tells me there is going to be scavs around, so we take our time. Moving up here, as you can see, an examine of the sentry tower. Go prone, you know, don't want to be getting head tapped whilst you're doing these tasks. Just a waste of time and effort, and you have to go again. So having a look over, see if there's any movement of people rotating around the map. So key point, rotation of maps is key. So here I've obviously took from the top left of the map, just followed the road up, staying in between the tree line, always moving cover to cover. So I hear a bit of movement. Weak ammo, it's going to be hitting his armor from that distance. Accuracy will not be 100%, so just take my time with a few double taps. Repacking the mag before moving into this compound. See a scav, trigger discipline. I'm focused. I know where they're heading. I'm going to cut them off through the left-hand side of this building. They pop out. I light him up. Yes, I don't get the kill, but I've hurt him. So I push up. So easy kill on that scav. I do this a lot after every engagement. I don't want to be taking in 3-4 magazines, so I just restack the mags as and when I can, pretty much after every engagement. But I hear movement, lucky just a scav, hit fire because it's much quicker rather than trying to ADS, but I've got my laser on. I'm getting used to the center point aim through hip fire on this game. It is quite responsive. Here, I actually didn't mean to use this key. I had one of the event keys, which is a key that pretty much opens up any lock. As you can see, just a bit of more ammo management, sticking things into my container, just in case I do die, I'm not leaving empty-handed. So it's been roughly, what, 10 minutes, and I'm only really just beginning to loot properly. You know, I feel like this is a safe area. I'm inside. I'm not going to get tapped because this is a very open map. You will find a lot of people are running high-powered snipers. This mode, which is just the normal mode, as I say, I'm keeping it as simple as possible for the likes of new starters, new beginners. If this was on any other mode, you probably are going to get shot at with the likes of 338 AP rounds, which are over 20,000 a bullet, just because higher tier maps, higher tier modes, your return on investment is higher, whereas I would not advise it in normal mode. Just having a good look around, as I say, not very many hours in this game, so really focusing on utilization of loot. At the moment, I am pretty much picking up everything that I see that I know, you know, sells for £1,000 roughly, because I try and look at it from a, you know, each square on your person as a lootable space. You know, keeping it to 1,000, you could be walking out with, you know, 40,000 in loot, good guns, things like that, but you're almost guaranteed, I say, roughly to make 100,000 a raid, if done correctly, and killing a couple of players each raid. So here, it's the first time I've heard the helicopter take off. Now that is taking off from the villa, where the boss spawns, as I said, high PvP area. I think it does require the boss token, if I'm not mistaken, to activate that extraction. But I hear movement behind me, take a hit, but I get the headshot off. There's another movement above. So take my time, listen out for the audio, using the trees as cover, getting close. Look, if they're above me, how can they shoot down below the rock face? See him, aiming at the head, get the kill, and we go again. Taking my time to apply meds. I've said it in previous videos, I always bring 2 med packs at the 400, as you can see there, because your body is a total of 440 HP. I will have a total of 800 HP heals. It allows me to heal my body just under twice. So it allows me to think, right then, a few engagements, you know, losing a limb, things like that, I'm going to have enough meds, heal kits, whichever way you want to call it, to continue the fight. So I heard movement here, but I think it was just a scav. So I'm backing up. I know behind me is clear, so I'm going to push up, look around to the left, and then this is where I'm going up to loot. I find that there's a few good lootable areas. I'm checking the body, just general scav, player scav that was, so coming in as an imposter. As you can see, the movement that I heard earlier was right. And we're moving up the hill. Yet again, more admin. Preparation is key. Popping the painkillers. Anybody think I was a drug addict? But they are vital. It allows you to keep moving, keep fighting, even if getting blacked out limbs, be it on the legs. I think legs are more detrimental than arms. Arms, you will just get a slight stutter when aiming. Legs, you are going to find it very difficult to run with a blacked out limb with the legs and not on painkillers. So here I'm listening out before I'm moving in. I think I hear a call from the scav. Yep. So I'll go in, hit fire because it's quicker, take the head, clearing out the rooms very, very quickly, because just in case there was other player scavs spawning in or players already in this area, allows me to know that I can repack, get situated, ready to move in to loot. With this game, you cannot settle. You have to always be alert. You know, you can't just think, right, I'm gonna sit here out in this open and repack a mag, sort my inventory out. It's always be on the ball. You never know who's sitting in a corner holding an angle for 20 minutes. People play the game how they want to play it, and it is a survival game, so you are going to find that people will find these ways, these dirty angles, to never be seen and just take you out when you least expect it. I found some Mosin ammo, stacking up. Always try and look for purple ammo and above. Preferably, I wouldn't go anything lower than a 5.56 by 45 purple ammo. Find that it doesn't really do much damage, especially when it comes to penetration of higher tier armors. At the moment, I'm rocking a level 5, so T5 armor. They are very expensive, close to 200,000 just for the armor. But this is our time to loot up. We know that there's no players because we can't hear them. But as we move through, still checking corners, still focusing up. And even when I'm in loot scenes, I'm still listening. Audio is key. Trying to see what ammo spawn. Now I do know on the higher tier modes, which I have not personally done myself, ammo is more likely to be the higher tier ammo in these loot spawns. Loot spawns are very much buffed. If I had to give a quick overview, golds and reds, they're your money makers, but collectively with quantity, as you can see in my backpack, it certainly adds up to, you know, a bit of money. As you see, our first gold item on this map, one of the broche or bruche. I think it went for roughly around 70,000 after the tax on the market. But key looting elements, taking our time. 10,002 slot. So we're going to move down, clear the area. Here, this is a mistake from me. Look, not paying attention, going straight for the loot, and I didn't clear the angle to my left. Luckily, it was an NPC scav. Like I say, I wish they were a bit more punishing. I'd much have preferred to have actually been head tapped then and back to the lobby, because then it teaches you. It really does install in you to take your time, focus up. As you can see here, purple ammo, 5.45 by 39. It does not go for a fat lot. I use that for, say, eco runs on farm. You know, I'm jumping on with a couple of mates, just having a laugh. Checking the corners as we move through. Feel like I'm safe, but I hear movement. Good 100 round 5.56 mag. This is where I heard the movement, so I pushed through just to clear. And I quickly realised it was upstairs. A lot of people, when it comes to hearing movement of other players, will stand still. Now, I get it. You know, it's almost like a freeze up. It's like, well, okay, they won't know where I am. But to me, it's like you want to force the issue. You want to force them into pushing rather than you having to push and not know where they are. Create a lot of movement. Let them think they have the one up on you. You are aware of them. But what I find is that you create the movement, you push, get them to push to you. You are in a much better position. Don't forget, guys, this is recorded live on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/XP, which is EXPBEE. Really trying to push my content out there and get some feedback. You know, feedback is key. You know, this isn't just for me. This is what I want to do and make guides, tips and tricks on various FPS games as a major FPS enthusiast. So your feedback is key points that you want me to discuss, look into, review, research, so on and so forth. So we've looted up in here. We're going to start pushing outside, just double checking for movement in case somebody's pushed up. It's in the scav over on the hill. I push down, he gets a good little, you know, shot off, misses, quickly turn, light him up, get the job done. Always try and shoot and move, even though I'm silenced. Obviously, you know, suppressor never, it doesn't create a silent shot. As the good old saying goes, loot, shoot, and time to scoot. So obviously we haven't been in this area in a while. Double checking that, you know, nobody's pushed up. See another NPC scav, so simple, get the shot off. Get the other one. I have to say this game is visually stunning. It's Unreal Engine 5, so I do feel that the marketplace for this game it's only going to grow, I think, with further patches, updates, new engines. But I don't think there's a game out there at the moment for me that is as responsive and fluid for gunplay. As you can see, heard a bit of movement inside, checking the windows, taking them out. And it's a simple process, really. I do think as a new beginner, imagine, like, you know, you come from the likes of Call of Duty, you might have been a controller player, which one of my friends is. Just have confidence in yourself. You know, really get a feel for your mouse, really get a feel for how the guns feel, the recoil patterns, rate of fire. So I like the M4 because it does have quite a high RPM, which is rounds per minute. I think the M4, just off the top of my head, is around 800 rounds per minute. So if you're aiming centre mass, you've got some half decent ammo, you are going to hurt. So moving through, just using my free look, checking the tops of the ridges, don't see anybody. Double checking the mission. So here, utilising my time on each map. So as you can see, we've only got 17 minutes left of the raid. I wanted to see if there's any other missions, but the other mission was bringing items in, which I did not have. So we start moving through. This is where the dynamic weather come into play. So you do get rain on these maps in game. So it's not just you load in and it's raining. It will start to rain. But here, don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on the video, but the audio almost deafens slightly because we're having a storm come in. So storm clouds start to fill the sky. As you can see, it's getting a little bit darker, a bit more eerie. So here I start to free look just because I'm amazed by the weather system in this game. As you can hear, the ambient noises from the birds indicating that a storm is about to hit. So right now we're just slowly moving towards extraction, always double checking. Extraction campers, as they call them, you know, sitting there just waiting for that easy kill. You've looted for them. That's pretty much exactly what it is. So take your time, always checking the angles, checking the bushes as you head towards that beautiful red flare, red smoke, because you know you're safe, and whatever work you've just put in, you're gonna get out. So as we move through, just want to say thank you so much for watching if you're still here. Do appreciate it's a bit of a long video, but I just wanted to showcase a walkthrough of my Valley experience as a new gamer on Arena Breakout Infinite. So guys, if you can, drop a like, subscribe, any comments down below lets me know what to do with the content for you as the viewer. As you can see, 22 eliminations, 4 operators.